Hello, welcome back to the Podding a Lot podcast, episode 5. What are we talking about today, Max?
So what I've been seeing is a big trend on Twitter and Facebook this week is everyone's been talking about their bucket list and what they want to do when COVID's over, because everyone's like, shit, we've missed out on a year of our lives. What am I prioritizing? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to come up with a bucket list for what we're going to do as soon as we're allowed out again.
What have you got on your bucket list?
I really want to go to Australia. Australia and
Of all
New
the
Zealand.
things you can do, you just want to go to Australia.
Yep.
And do what in Australia?
Just sit there, really. Just
You
sit
want
on
to
the
be on
beach.
that Married at First Sight, don't you?
Mate, do you know how many people actually applied to be on that? 10,000 people applied to be on a newest series. That's mental. 10,000 people would happily get married at first sight.
How many of them were you, just on different email addresses?
7. Still didn't get picked.
And the rest?
Bastards. But yeah, no, I'd really think it'd be cool to go to Australia and just do a bit of traveling, like go around Thailand and stuff like that. And there's this really cool swing in Vietnam where it's like on the edge
It's
of a
called a
cliff.
set swing, mate.
They've probably got them as well. Yeah, and you just
Comes with
like,
cellophane on it.
as long as it's clean. But yeah, you just like you're sitting on this swing and you just drop miles. It's like a bungee jump, but you're sitting down really, and it just looks amazing. I really want to try that, even though I'm scared of heights. I just think that'll be something sick to do.
Yeah, it's not bad, not bad.
And I don't like abseiling, but it'll be good. What about you? What have you got on yours? One thing.
I've already completed one thing this year during COVID.
Oh yeah.
Set up a successful podcast, haven't we?
Oh my Christ.
So what happens when we just keep podding along?
There it is. How are you having a competition? How many times you can fit in the title this week? I think
That's an
twice
episode in
already,
itself.
isn't it? Yeah. No, it's good.
Something I really want to do, and I've been meaning to do it, but I haven't got around to it.
Make friends.
No, that's impossible. You know, the bucket list has to be reasonable. I've always wanted to make my own comic book, and I've always put it off because I didn't want to pay for an artist and things. And I thought, actually, I'm going to crack on at some point soon and get on with it, I think.
Nice. What would it be, like a superhero kind of one?
Yeah, I think it would.
That's quite cool. But why can't you just draw it yourself? Or would you draw it yourself and then say this is what you want, and then the guy would just do it for you? Or woman?
No, I'd script it. So you script them.
But all you do is write. Pow.
Fuck off.
Every episode I have to say this.
Every episode.
You haven't convinced me otherwise yet.
You're not in my You're not going to be in my comic.
Was I going to be until that comment?
You might have been. I need a sidekick.
Oh wait, are you going to be the main character in your own comic?
No, I'm not that egotistical. Yes, I am.
One big word of the day. You've definitely been reading a thesaurus over lockdown, man. You didn't have any of these big words before this.
Lol.
God, I feel like I was talking to my auntie then. Lol.
Was she posting like despicable me memes?
Yeah,
everyone's aunties did that, didn't they, for a while?
Yeah, and then in the kitchen, if you go in there, it says something like love yourself, or best kitchen. All them like keep smiling. All of them
keep calm and cook.
Quotes. Yeah, and it's just
that is not on my bucket list to be one of those people.
No, they are the scum of the earth, mate. Hopefully your mum hasn't got anything in her kitchen.
No. Anyway, what else on your bucket list then? We've knocked one off.
I think it'd be quite cool to swim with sharks. I think that'd be a really cool thing to do.
Haven't you already done that?
No, I haven't done that.
Oh, I thought you had.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool just to, like, I wouldn't do it in a zoo or wherever they keep sharks. I'd do it, and I wouldn't do it at SeaWorld. I'd want to go off in a boat into the middle of the sea and just sit in one of them cages. But I think it'd be scary as fuck. But it's just a cool thing to say you've done, isn't it?
What do you do if shark attacks you?
Neck, kidney. Just punch it.
What?
Punch it in the neck twice, and then you go for the kidney.
Oh. Do you know how to escape a shark attack if you're with a missus?
As in, if I'm with a female?
Yeah, because sharks are attracted to blood, you punch her in the nose and swim quicker than her.
I didn't know where you're going. I thought you were going to say something about periods or something. I just punched him in the face.
Deception, mate, deception. I know what you're thinking.
I'd like to feel like I'd be quite safe in a cage, but the thing is, the cages don't have roofs, do they? Like, if this shark was like a dolphin,
I
it
think
might
they
leap
do,
out of the
don't they?
water a second. Not the ones I've seen. They could go over the
How
top.
do you hinch it in there? Like wheel it back up into the boat?
What?
So this
You-
cage you're getting in, I assume, is dropped off the boat almost and picked
Yeah,
up again by the boat. So surely it's got a top.
not the ones I've seen. Actually, I think means you're meant to escape, but I think they try and keep the top of it above the sea level, I guess. But I think that'd be
No.
dope. I think that'd be so dope to try it.
They're not
Just,
actually that dangerous, sharks, are they? They don't. They obviously are dangerous, but they don't actually attack humans very often.
mate, have you seen Jaws?
Oh yeah, I forgot that documentary. Was David Attenborough voicing it?
Pretty much. But yeah, literally, I think there's 4 films all about how sharks are dangerous, at least. And then there's Sharknado as well and stuff like that. You've got to be careful out there. Would you swim with sharks?
I wouldn't. It's not one of the things I want to do, but I wouldn't be against it if the opportunity came around.
Okay, so I have to get a couple's ticket, do I?
Let's go, babes.
Christ alive, cancel that. But yeah, no, I think it'd be a really sick thing to do. Like, just have your photo with a great white shark would be sweet, wouldn't it?
It would be good. It would be good. What
Yeah.
else you got on there?
No,
So you've got.
let's hear what you've got on yours because I've done.
Well,
Let's keep
I've
going
already
back and
completed
forward.
stuff on mine. What else would I like to do? I would like to travel a little bit and see the wonders of the world.
What do you think? There's only 7 wonders of the world, or do you think there's 8?
Um,
Can you
I'd say
name all the
eight.
wonders of the world?
I can name most of them, but I feel now on the spot.
Okay, so would you go to the pyramids? Are they a wonder of the
I've
world,
done
or
the
is that the
pyramid.
8th one?
I've done the pyramids.
You've done them already, but how old were you?
Probably 10, 11, not that old, but I've seen them, mate. You
Oh,
know,
so you wouldn't go back?
no, isn't Egypt like quite war-torn country now? War-torn.
I
Anyway,
know, I know we weren't allowed to get off it on the cruise when I went on my cruise a few years ago. We weren't allowed to get off at Egypt in the end.
you just carried on playing shuffleboard all day,
Oh yeah, it's the only way. A bit of table
bridge with
tennis
the
as
old
well.
ladies.
Mate, I was lucky. My cruise ships that I've been on are sick. They got like water slides and stuff, and like high ropes courses.
I've never done it cruising.
They're awesome. No, I always thought it was like for old people, and then literally when you go on them, it's
You
just
realise it is.
when I went on a P&O one, it was a lot of old people. Like there wasn't water slides and stuff on it, but there was literally the coolest thing is you wake up in a different location every day, and like we had like this awesome balcony on the back of the boat, so we were just waking up and just seeing something different every day, which is cool. You get treated like an absolute king. There's like 7,000 guests on there, but like 4,000 staff. It's unreal. Like
Jeez.
you get so much. It's just I love an all inclusive, and that's what it was the first time around. It was sick. It was so
My
good.
cousin did work on a cruise ship. He went and played music on one.
Nice.
How
I'd hate to
dull
be
would
one of
that
the
be, though?
people to be
You're every day on it
engager.
as well.
Yeah,
Pardon?
I'd hate to be like an engager or whatever they call them on a cruise ship. The people that sing and dance in the middle of the trying to get
That just
everyone involved in
constantly
different
propose to
activities.
everyone.
Yeah, and they're just begging you to do everything. It's like, no, I want to sunbathe sometimes. Like,
Mm.
just leave us out. That was the worst thing when we went on American trips. They're just so over the top, them people. But I still love them. Like, it's like Butlins high end on
I've
sea.
never been.
You know what I mean? To Butlins either.
No.
Mate, I've seen the Chuckle Brothers live at Butlins. That was awesome.
Was it on your bucket list though?
Probably was at the time, yeah. And Sooty. I always used to love puppets, and there's a puppet called Sooty and Sweep. I saw them twice at Butlins, mate.
I made my own Punch and Judy once.
Yeah.
On the sorry, I don't know where it came from. On the topic of puppets, yeah, scary things they are, proper scary. Still
What,
have
you
them.
scared
I've
of
been in.
puppets?
Yeah,
All puppets or just Punch and Judy?
I'd say most puppets. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going near most puppets. No, not a fan.
Okay. I think we're talking about your wanting to visit Seven Wonders as well, wasn't it? What one would you prioritize? What one would you go to first?
Where would I go first? I think the ancient city of Petra in Jordan.
Oh yeah. But I feel
Yeah.
like that'd be quite cool. But okay, so you really want to go to Jordan to see them, do you?
Yeah. I think that'd be really fun just to have a look. I think they filmed an Indiana Jones there as well.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. Would you be
Yeah.
like a proper traveler though? Would you have like a proper traveler's rucksack,
Yeah, I'd have the
uh,
dreadlocks, I'd have the
dreadlocks,
rucksack, I'd have the trust fund.
of course,
I don't, and I will have rode an elephant by that point, obviously.
and have a shitload of friendship bracelets?
Yeah, and I will have enslaved animals for fun by stroking pet tigers and things that shouldn't be allowed.
What are you saying? If you had the opportunity to stroke a tiger, you wouldn't?
Not if it is bred purely to be stroked and was not treated well as it became an adult. No,
What if it was at Carol Baskin's?
that bitch, Carol Baskin, not a
Yeah,
chance.
wasn't she meant to be looking after them? I don't know how it works. I can't remember. It's so long ago. Wasn't she the good
That
guy?
felt no.
Even
She's
though
not a
they're
good
all
guy.
ridiculous.
That was lockdown one, weren't it? Lockdown one, Tiger King.
Back
Life was
in like
good.
end of last March. It's nearly 11 months
Life was
ago.
good.
Yeah,
And
I
then
enjoyed lockdown one. It's good fun
I did. I
in the
did.
sun.
I didn't mind lockdown two. This lockdown, shocking so far.
Oh, this one's been boring as fuck.
Mate, I've struggled with it big style.
Yeah, you haven't, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the topic. What's next on your bucket list? We've gone through.
I think I'm undecided on this one, whether I'd jump out of a plane or wear one of them wingsuits.
Without the parachute.
Yeah, I'd have a parachute on, but then
Oh
I
really?
think, yeah, unless
Don't
it's
treat
literally the
yourself,
last,
mate. Don't treat yourself.
unless it really is the last thing on my bucket list. But
Hmm.
I think I think a wingsuit would be cooler. But then I also think jumping out of a plane is pretty sick. Probably just do. It depends where you go for the wingsuit. Like if you do it off some hills in like Sweden or something like that, that'd be awesome. Like just flying
Very
over the hills.
dangerous though, the wingsuit.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot more responsibility on me because I have to keep my arms out wide and stuff, don't I?
And you're not strapped to someone. You do a skydive, you're literally strapped to someone.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything really, do you? Because especially as I'm scared of heights, I might faint. So I need to make sure that I survive.
I'm horrendously scared of heights. Like that's the one thing. Well, it's not that and birds, but
Fucking pigeons.
heights I cannot stand. And I feel I would really want to do a skydive, but I couldn't get past that mental block of getting that high.
Yeah, see, I'm scared of heights, but I do aeroplanes and stuff.
If you could
But
do it like fucked, like if you could do it absolutely pissed or high or something, I'll do it.
I think that makes it more dangerous, though, I'd guess.
Yeah, but I want to be absolutely out of my head. I want to be off my tits, and I'll jump out of a plane.
It'd be quite cool to do it in Dubai. I've seen them do it
Yeah,
over the.
my uncle did it in Dubai.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be cheaper out there as well. Actually, I don't know.
How do you feel about all the influencers going to Dubai?
I was nearly one of them, mate. I was looking at
Did we
going
cover
out.
this on the last podcast?
I don't think we did. Uh, we might have mentioned it towards the end, but yeah, no, I wanted to go out there and everything like that. In the November lockdown, just because I was like, everyone's going out there, it seems, and everyone seems to be doing what they want out there. And then when I looked into it a lot more, as we went into tier 4, I couldn't actually leave because I wasn't leaving for work. Unlike all these influencers who are
Who
motivating
are
us,
just
aren't they?
leaving to do nothing but sit there.
Exactly. Yeah, that'd
A
be pretty
joke.
sweet. But they're struggling a lot now, Dubai, with the English trend of COVID. It's quite.
The trend.
I forgot what it's called, but we always really ruin everything, English people, don't we? We
Yeah.
always ruin everything.
We even ruined peas. We made mushy peas. Who likes mushy peas?
I haven't had mushy peas in years. Whenever I go to a
Exactly.
chippy, it's all about the curry sauce.
Love a
It
curry
is
sauce,
all
but
about the
peas.
curry sauce.
Peas are a good veg. They're very hard to ruin, but we somehow as a nation have ruined mushy peas.
Peas.
That might be on my bucket list to give peas a good name again.
Yeah, it sounds like something UKIP would say.
Hmm. Do you know what I would really want to do? I really would want to go to a movie premiere, a proper, you sit down, but with the stars, obviously, not just one where you go to the cinema on opening. I've done that, but the one where you're sitting with the stars, rubbing shoulders with the old celebs.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. What, would
I'd
you
love to
actually go
do
on a
that.
red carpet and stuff?
Yeah, I'd love to do a red carpet or something. I need to get with a famous woman
You tell you
or
what I was
man,
looking at the
you
other
know.
day. I got an email from O2. It was for the TV and Soap Awards.
Yeah,
It was like 300 quid to be on the red carpet, get front row seats, that kind of thing. I was thinking, oh, that's quite cool. And then I was like, oh, it's the TV and Soap Awards. So
yeah.
I
The
don't
most
like
famous
soaps.
person is Philip Schofield.
Oh god, yeah. And you know he's getting an award and in deck. Like if it
Oh,
was I think it's called the NTAs or something like that. If it was the Brits, I'd consider it. Because you get all the musicians there that are sweet and you get to sit on the table at the front. That'd be pretty
yeah, that'd be
dope.
good.
And but yeah, I'm not going for them. But that'd be a cool red carpet experience.
Imagine the cost at the bar though. Is it open bar?
I think you got complimentary drinks before the red carpet, but it says you're not allowed to take selfies on the red carpet when you went to that. You would definitely take selfies on the red carpet, wouldn't you?
Mate, that's going straight on my Insta.
Yeah, something to liven it up.
Oh, cheers. Actually, I took a lovely picture today for Instagram.
How's it been going down?
It's been alright. It's been alright. Slow burner. I didn't post at peak.
Oh, you didn't post it at 6 o'clock.
I did not post at peak. I posted possibly at one of the worst times.
Yeah,
Like that 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock period. Dead. Bad posting time.
it's all right. You'll get through it. I'm sure you
Yeah.
can message your family to tell them to like it.
Yeah, because those 2 likes be helpful.
Yeah. Okay. So, have you ever been like skiing or anything before?
Right, is that on your bucket list? To go skiing? Have you not already done it?
No. I go skiing like a couple of times, 3 times a year. But like, have you been skiing before?
Yeah, I've been skiing a few times.
Yeah. When was the last time you went?
Long time ago. I went probably only like 10, 11 again. Same year as Egypt.
Really
Long,
good.
long time. I was 10 or 11, mate. I weren't amazing, but I knew
Could
my
you
way
ski?
around a set of skis. Yeah, I can ski.
Yeah. What? No injuries
Um,
at all or anything? No funny
no. Although my
stories.
nana went down the I went with my family. We did a whole family thing in America. I can't remember whereabouts because we went skiing and then we traveled across America, went to Disneyland, then we went to somewhere else. I don't know. Anyway, I remember my nana going skiing. She got took out by this snowboarder and she came down the hill in this body bag. So they had to get the medics and stuff.
She
So she
came down
broke
in
her
a
leg.
body bag.
Yeah, she wasn't dead.
She mean on like a snowmobile? She was
Maybe,
just
but
laying
I
down on
think
that, yeah.
a body builds that. Sorry, a body bag sounds better.
Yeah, a bit more dramatic, innit? A bit more
I
dramatic.
my issue skiing was I was little and I was too nervous. I wasn't little enough to be doing this. It was not acceptable, but I was too nervous to go for the toilet when I was on. Because you had like ski schools, didn't you? I don't know if you
Yeah.
did them.
Oh, did you go to a ski school?
Yeah, I did ski schools every time. And I was too nervous to have to go to the toilet, so I'd be at the top of the mountain. I wouldn't go to the loo, so I'd just sit there pissing myself every time. I would wee myself daily.
Wow. And you didn't tell anyone either.
No, never. Well, they can normally tell because I stunk of piss, and there was normally a yellow trail.
Oh God. Oh yeah, it would all be yellow snow. That's hilarious.
It
That's
was
the thing with
amazing though.
ski schools. You all go like down 10 in a row, don't you? Like following
My
the
brother was not
instructor.
interested at all. So every morning you do like reception, and he had no interest in actually skiing, and he would just fall asleep every day, no matter what it was. We'd get there and sit down, reception, bam, asleep on the desk.
Yeah, at least he didn't fall asleep when he was actually on the skis.
They didn't really get on skis. He wasn't interested, so he used to just sleep and then sit in like said this like cool little, like a chalet, but it was a school almost. So he
Yeah,
never really, but they just basically paid for childcare because he didn't actually bother skiing very often. He did a few times, but he just rather have a kip and then just chill out and play some games and things. He weren't interested.
brilliant. No, I'm not a. I'm an alright skier. I'd say I'm quite shit, but I get good when I've done après ski. When I've had a few
Hmm.
beers in my system, I start flowing. Like last year, I went on 3 ski holidays, and it's the first time I'd been in a couple of years. And first one, I was complete shit. And then after that, I just got better and better and better. And I was on blacks again by the end of it. But it's just
I
on
sleep with any women. It doesn't matter
the
how many beers. I don't
on
discriminate.
yeah. I was quite lucky that first year because all my mates work in ski resorts. So I went to just visit them for cheap holidays. And the first time I went on Christmas, I skipped Christmas with my family and just went out to see my mate. I know it sounds horrible, but on day 2, we were going down this red run. He persuaded me to do it, even though I was still shit. And we tried to stop at this bar. I was going really slow because I was nervous still because I hadn't done it in ages. And he was like, "Oh, I'll go down," because he was just straight down. He'd been there for months. He went straight down and came back up and like lapped me almost.
Oh,
But
nice.
he went and sat in the bar halfway down the mountain, and it was under a proper steep bit. And I was like, okay, I'll just go straight down and do a, a nice stop turn at the end where literally the snow goes spraying in the air and everything.
I know what it is, mate. Carry
And
on.
I fell over. Uh, my skis like unclipped because I fell, and to stop myself from going because it was so steep, I tried to grab onto the fence. It was like one of them ropey fences. I tried to grab onto it. The first pole falls out, so I grab onto the next pole. The next pole falls out, and finally, by the third pole, I stopped myself.
It's like
So I'm like,
domino effect. Boom, boom, boom. I'm stopped.
literally. But the thing was, the third pole was directly in front of the pub. So everyone
You've not gone
outside,
into this pub afterwards, have you?
yeah, I had to. Everyone outside was just wetting themselves. There's a picture of me on my Instagram where this guy is just picking up my skis for me. Like he skied down the mountain, picked them up, and shuffled up the mountain again to give me my skis. It was so embarrassing. And then I sat in the
I've
pub.
got second-hand embarrassment.
Oh yeah. Oh what? Just for my story.
Just for your yeah. Carry on, carry on.
But yeah, that was an awful experience, and it kind of put me off for the rest of the week, to be honest with you.
I don't
But
blame you.
But yeah, no, I do love skiing, but it's tiring on the legs. It's a lot of tiring on the legs.
Bit of the old hits the old muscles, doesn't it? Gets the lactic acid going.
Oh god, yeah, it hits different muscles to what I've used in tennis, I tell you. The ones I use in tennis, well, to be fair, I don't really move my feet that much, but if I did,
You don't really move your body that much. Look at the
no.
size of you.
I
We have to
went,
get a crane to get you out of bed some mornings.
that's unfair. I walked to the kitchen today to grab a samosa and walked back again.
Oh, those samosas are so good.
They
I
are
know what you're on
amazing.
about.
I haven't even ate them all from today. We brought 5 samosas at lunch, and I
We
literally,
went for a lovely walk, get ready for the pod.
yeah, just talk about it, discover some plans. And I only ate 2 samosas. I couldn't eat the rest, so I've got 3 samosas left for tomorrow. I can't wait.
About this experience of getting ready for the pod, at one point we go into this local little corner shop. We need to pick up these samosas because they are worldwide. Max decides today is the day he needs to get protection for sexual activities. So we sit there, we've walked into this shop and we've queued up, and all of a sudden he bought these samosas. He goes, "I'll have the red ones, please. I'll have the red ones." Oh, my embarrassment was outrageous. I could not believe he had the bottle to do it. As I stood next to him to go and buy Johnny's, What have you
I
got to say for yourself about this experience?
If I'd have gone on Amazon, it would have been Amazon Prime, and I used my sister's Amazon Prime, so she would have got a notification. So I didn't really want to use Amazon, and it wouldn't have come in time. So I needed them
But you
today.
did, I hope.
I'm not sure whether I'm even going to include this bit in the podcast.
We have to include this. We have to.
But
Carry on anyway.
yeah, so I just went in the shop and I was like, looked around me, no one was in the shop.
I was
So,
with you. I was there.
yeah, but we've done some embarrassing things in the past, so I don't see this as too embarrassing. Apart from, I went, all right, can I have the red Johnnies, please? And then I turned at you and you were just giggling like a little schoolgirl. And it
I was
made it
probably
seem
going,
like we were a gay couple.
it did look like we were a gay couple, which is fine, but I am not a gay. We are not a gay couple. I would not be seen dead in a relationship with you. You should have gone. I want this. I want the thin feel, extra sensitive for all my movements tonight. You should have really got him. Should have got us all hyped up, like cheering as you went.
But the
Let's go,
worst thing
lad.
was, luckily no one heard me ask for it. But then this guy walked in, and he's probably about our age as well, weren't he? Like
It
20
was
odd.
so embarrassing.
And the man just didn't just grab him straight away. He bloody couldn't grip him because it was like so tightly packed because no one's
It
clearly
was so
bought any from there for
sensitive.
years.
It was so
Yeah.
sensitive.
You can tell no one actually buys them from that shop. They're probably out of date actually. But he tried to get him out and he could even struggled for a good couple of minutes when this guy was waiting behind us. I don't
It
think
was
I can go back
awful.
in that shop. I can't go back in it. We're gonna have to
It's
get
my
samosas from
local
elsewhere.
shop. It's my local shop. It is literally across from my house. I know the shop owner.
It's
He
the
knows
only
exactly
positive
where
about
I live.
wearing masks. Hopefully he won't know who I am.
He knows exactly where I live, and he now knows I'm the person that escorts people to buy Johnnies.
He now thinks I've used them Johnnies on you. That's what he thinks.
Yeah, yeah. Especially with my choice of outfit today.
I'm not even going to bring up that coat. Fuck.
Anyway, we've gone so off topic here. Pull us back.
I think we were talking about the pyramids of Giza, weren't we?
The only geezers you mate with that sensitive feel.
What?
I don't know.
Bit strange, mate. Bit strange. But yeah.
What's next on your bucket list? Just get us back to some normality.
I don't know. I'd like to go to the US Open tennis. I think that'd be a pretty cool week.
That would be good.
But I think I'd prefer to be invited rather than have to buy a ticket. Like, I think it'd be cool to be invited again. Like,
well, I get invited to everything because you buy the ticket and I just come.
Yeah, as soon as I get offered tickets to anything or I buy them, I ask all my proper mates first, and if they can't do it, I'm like, right, Ollie will definitely come because he loves a day out. So just get him involved.
It's when you drive and you leave the window open. I just sit there with my tongue out, getting the wind.
Yeah, literally. Oh, mate. But what did we go to? We went to the tennis at the
That was
O2
amazing.
in November, didn't we? Last year.
Yeah,
and I think it was the first time you've been like with the O2 experience as well. So we got into you was buzzing. I think you loved the O2 bar more.
I didn't really like the actual
tennis. No, you loved the fact we were in this exclusive, I'd say, dodgily.
They didn't even have Red Bull. They had to give you vodka monsters, and it was amazing because we were buying 4 drinks at a time just for us two.
But every time our seats were so good for the tennis. Every time we walked away to go for a piss or go to the
someone nicked them.
Yeah, literally, we had people sitting on seats every time. It's like they were good seats, but they weren't
nickable.
I guess they were 6 rows back from the corner. But who did we watch? What was it? Federer team?
Yeah, it was. Do you not remember my "Let's go, Dommy"?
Oh, I love Dominic team. He's awesome. But I love Federer as well. He's my boy.
That was so good a day.
It was the perfect match to watch. As in, it wasn't a blockbuster. I think it went to 3 sets. But
I can't remember much of that night or day.
It was good fun. I just remember on the way back.
I remember pretending to be a tennis coach all day.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? Yeah, you kept saying stupid shit.
Sitting next to me again. Well, This is how I teach my kids. This split step Federer's doing. I show them this exact image.
Yeah. Or let me just take a picture of his split step. Oh, good forehand form there. I love the way he's brushed over the top of the ball, you kept saying. I was like, shut up. Just drink
So
your
good.
drink. But then,
Who was
yeah,
it?
on the way back, we were literally, okay, sweet. We're like 40 minutes early for the train in the end. We'd get off at Angel and just walk. It'd only be like 10 minutes because the gap was so
Oh, I
small on the
remember
tube
this.
map, wasn't it? It was so small. And this was
It's
like
so
at
big when
11
you're
o'clock at
walking.
night. Yeah, it took about 40 minutes in the end. We
We only
literally
just
only
made the
just made the
train.
train. Yeah, only just made
Yeah.
it. And the
Such a good
thing
night.
was, like, we're following Google Maps and it took us down these. I've never been to Angel before, but I tell you what, it's scary walking down the canal at night in the pitch black.
It really was. I did think I was going to get stabbed.
And I think you twisted your ankle at some point as well, so you made a proper drama scene out of that. I know how much you like to cause a drama.
Do you remember that night I did my hamstring out in town?
Oh, that was ridiculous. I think that was the night after I won my award, wasn't it? And we were
But I
literally
just laid in that puddle.
out till 5:30. I
Oh,
remember at
that's
the
still.
club, you stopped on the stairs, had to stretch your hammy on there, which just looked so
Yeah.
weird. And then
It was
on the
such a good night.
stickiest floor ever as well, that floor, you practically stuck to it. And then when we got out, it was chucking it down. And we got back to your house and we
Oh,
stopped down the road and I got out of the taxi. I had to drag you out of it pretty much. And you fell directly onto the back into a puddle. And oh, my hammy, my hammy. It's like, you're in a fucking puddle, Ollie. Just get up. I'm stretching you out in a puddle. And then when we got back to yours, I was like, right, I put you on the sofa and I tried to take you. You weren't getting your shoes off. You weren't responding at all. It's like, right, I'll take his shoes off and make him comfy. This is the first day you've started to decide to wear boots instead of trainers. And these fucking boots did not come off. It took me a good 10 minutes of trying my best to get them shoes off you so you could actually sleep properly. And now, from now on, you only wear trainers or loafers, don't you? You don't go back for the boots. We're not having that shit again.
I learnt my lesson.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
It was a good night.
It started off with an American party, didn't it? Where we did like beer pongs and stuff like that and touch cup.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, off to your old stomping ground, flares.
Well, stomping out. Yeah. Anyway, back to the topics. We are going off on so many tangents here.
It's another good
What's
word.
the next? What's the next thing on your bucket list?
I just said one, didn't I? I said about the US Open. What about you?
Oh,
What have you
sorry.
got? Have you got anything?
I would love to go and back to like the comic-y stuff and movies. I would like to extra in a superhero film or a Star Wars film.
Oh
And I
yeah.
would love to meet the creators of some of the comics that I really like.
So when you be an extra, would you mean like Richard Branson in like Skyfall or something like that, where he's literally standing at an airport security check getting checked? Would you pay to be
Yes,
that, or would you just literally walk around in the background?
I wouldn't mind anything, anything. Just I
Would
would
your
like to
face have to
rub
be shown,
shoulders. I'd
or
like
would
to have
you?
my face shown, yeah.
Yeah, so you wouldn't wear like a big outfit.
Yeah, the only issue is I've got a face for podcasting.
I love the fact you changed that phrase from a face to radio, a face for radio, to a face for podcasting, just to get it into the 21st century.
Mm. Yeah, I'd love to go to like a Comic Con, for example, and meet some of my favorite comic creators, maybe as well.
Did actually like?
They have like booths,
Okay, so they do like meet and greet kind of things. It's not just like when
yeah,
they're on
and
a
you get your
stage.
signatures and stuff on your
Would
book.
you be? Would you be a zombie in The Walking Dead?
No, no, I'm not doing makeup for it.
I was going to say that makeup would take a couple of hours, I'd think, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
But
I'd have to be paid for that. Well,
wouldn't you just love the fact you're in The Walking Dead, like
no,
getting
because I
ripped or
don't
someone
like The
shoots at
Walking
you?
Dead.
I think it'd be quite cool, and like just get to run around like a zombie all day. That'd be pretty sweet. But you'd be so hot wearing all that makeup on your face, wouldn't you?
Be awful.
You'd be like a girl in Made in Chelsea. It'd be awful.
I'd be cheating on everyone.
Ooh,
All right, I think we've exhausted the topic of our bucket list. Turns out they're not that interesting or that long.
no. Yeah, thanks Facebook for this recommendation.
Yeah, shocking. I don't know why anybody cares about this.
Oh, do you want an update on Married at First Sight?
I was just about to ask, mate. I need to know what's going on after last night's.
So that was episode 1. I've now watched episode 2 and 3. They move on to completely different couples for each episode at the minute.
Oh,
So
talk me through episode 2. Come on, bring me into episode 2.
episode 2. I only remember one name, and it's Dino. Dino
Do you
is
know?
like exactly, but it's spelled Dino, like Dino, like a dinosaur. It's quite
Or
weird.
Dynamo?
I'd say Dynamo spelled with a Y, Dyna.
I'd say that name's got some magic to it.
Oh, that was smooth. But yeah, Dino is marrying this woman who's like really chatterbox. Like she's got the most energy ever in a room, and he's just so like down to earth. He's so chilled. He's really spiritual.
He's a pothead.
Yeah, but without doing pot. He's just so like chilled out. He's just like, oh, just everything's just based on the stars all the time. And I think our stars have aligned to actually make this moment perfect for us. And he's just so happy. And he's absolutely loving it. It's like, oh, we've got such a good connection. She's just all over it. I'm loving this. We're all totally together. I feel, even though the attraction's not there personally, I feel like the universe has brought us together. And she's just like, I'm hating all the
What?
spiritual shit. She's
So he's saying
hating the
she's not
spiritual.
attractive. He's saying she's not attracted. He's not attracted to her.
It's not the usual girl we go for, I think he said. But
What is she? What?
she's
Describe her
not
to me.
she's not that attractive. She's just the kind of, the thing that I don't like is I don't like her personality. I think she's too outgoing. I wouldn't be able to cope for too long because she's just the center of the room, just chatty. But she just does not want any
Yeah,
of
I
the
hate people
spiritual
like that.
stuff. What spiritual stuff or chatty?
I love spiritual stuff. I don't like chatty.
But yeah, he's going so deep. And the worst thing was, she was 2 hours late. She woke up 2 hours late for her wedding. Off to a bad start already. Yeah. So
That's the first time you're meeting and you're not even going to be early.
Yeah, and that's the thing. She got there 2 hours late. But the thing was, Dino wasn't there. She was literally standing at the altar alone. And she asked the vicar, like, where is he? Has he like has he
Meditating.
gone because I'm late? And she was really panicking that he didn't wait for her. He was like, fuck this, I'm not coming. But you know what he did?
What?
He rode in on a magic carpet on a fucking horse. He had
This
a
is his
carpet
wedding,
on
yeah?
a horse. He
Not the
rode in.
VMAs.
Yeah, he rode in and he's like, I've arrived. And he hops off the horse, nearly falls over, and he walks down. And yeah,
The horse white.
it was, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Dino's like, oh, can you do your vows, please, Dino? And he's like, and then she passes him his vow sheet. He's like, oh, actually, I'm not going to read these vows anymore. I'm going to go straight from the heart. And
he only just met this woman.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nightmare. That was the first couple.
Oh, there's more than one in each episode.
They go for 2. So they go for
Have
one
I told you about my
good.
mum's wedding? Being late to my mum's wedding.
You were late to your mum's wedding?
Well, my mum was late to her wedding. So the church is opposite the house. It's a 2-second walk. Literally live next door to the church.
Yeah.
She's got ready and all this. I think she was half an hour late to this wedding. Literally
she lives
2
opposite.
seconds away. Yeah.
You can't even blame it on the traffic, can you?
I did say it was the traffic. And then,
oh, I bet they loved that until you start repeating it 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, it was funny at first, but you know, when you're at the end of the night.
Yeah.
It was a lovely experience.
Yeah. So did your stepdad start bricking it a bit, or?
I would brick it, so I assume so.
What were
I was
you?
sloshed though. I had to walk it down.
You walked it down the aisle?
I had to walk down the aisle. So I was absolutely smashed by about 11 in the morning because I was just necking these cans because I was so nervous.
Oh, were you nervous? I thought you were going to say you weren't happy with it. I'm not happy.
I object.
She's an angel. She's my angel. No one's taking her away.
She belongs at the top of my Christmas tree. No one else's.
Yeah. But yeah, so what? You were a page. Oh no, you walked her down the aisle, didn't you?
Yeah,
Was that
don't call me
emotional?
a page boy. Not for me, no.
What were the boys? What was Arch? Was he a
Archie was
page
just,
boy?
he was a poem reader.
He read a poem. Is that
He
even a
did.
thing?
He's read a poem at every wedding, like family one. He loves a poem read.
Does he
And
write the
then,
poems himself, or?
I don't know. I'm not that interested. The best bit when she planned the wedding was she actually forgot him. There was one space left on all the tables for dinner. No one could figure out who was missing when they were all organised. Archie. She forgot her own son at the wedding tables.
Second son,
Mm.
mate. What table were you on? Were you on like the front table or something, or did I?
I was at the head of the table, mate.
Yeah, you were at the head, were you?
I was, as deserved to be.
Nice.
Anyway,
So,
back onto Married at First Sight.
oh,
So I've taken us off there. Carry on.
what's her name? She's this. There's this woman. She's got 3 kids, all with different dads. Yeah. She had her
She one
first.
hell of a baby mama.
Oh God, she was just so rude. She was so rude to this guy. So this guy is like a
Well,
personal
she will be.
trainer.
That's why everyone keeps getting rid of her. She's not going to be the best person.
Yeah, she was. I think her name is Gina or something. I'm gonna say, but she was. She's marrying this personal trainer. He's 41.
Vagina, if you ask me.
She's 38 or so, and he's ex-army. He's like the nicest guy on earth. She walks down the aisle. She starts making jokes about him and the thing and everything like that. And she was shivering. So he blew on his hands to warm them up, and he rubbed her shoulders and stuff, like to warm her. Like he's like said is the most romantic thing he's ever done. It's like, get off me, that's not helping. It's just another excuse to touch me. And he was like, it's literally the most romantic thing I've ever done. And you've said that.
She's
It was
got 3
not
kids.
going.
She don't mind being touched.
It was not going well for her. He was regretting it because she just kept making these petty comments, which apparently she does when she's nervous. But yeah, it was awful. And then he doesn't even know she's got 3 kids yet. But the bit that she didn't like is in his vows. He said he hasn't said "I love you" to anyone before, and he's been in relationships for 3-4 years, and he hasn't said it.
Jesus.
Exactly. That was like just like, oh, he's got no commitment. He's not gonna like the fact I've got kids. He's not gonna
He's just
be.
marrying you. No commitment. He's overcommitting.
That's what I said. And uh, and then yeah, he said to her afterwards, she like, I am doing this. I'm 100% committed to the program. I want to make this work, and it's going to work. And she's just so relieved, which was nice at the end because they were not having fun. The wedding day was awful.
I can't
Yeah.
believe he's never said I love you. I've only ever had the one partner, and I was quick to an I love you. I was not, it didn't take long.
You do settle very early, though. We have discussed this before. You are a settler. You're a burrower.
I dare you to tell her that I settle. I dare you.
I'm sure she'll listen to this.
She will kill you because I don't have the balls to say that. So
No, she'll listen to this, and she knows it's not personal.
you'll get the text. You'll get the text. We
Yeah.
create drama on this pod, not just laughter.
Is that our new tagline?
How do you feel about the I love you? Are you quite conserved with it, or are you quite happy to get it out there?
I wouldn't say it unless I mean it.
Yeah, I've not said it as I mean it, but how do
Like,
you how
I don't chuck it around. I'm not going to be one of these. If they need to hear it, I'd probably say it. If they're crying or something to like cheer them up. But I wouldn't go out my way unless I actually meant it. But I think it takes time to know.
do you ever wish you could have stayed a virgin till marriage? Do you ever wish you could have done that?
No,
Nope. I
no, because
enjoy buying extra sensitive.
I think it's quite a fun thing to do, isn't it? Like, and God, if you waited till marriage and your partner hadn't, you would be awful.
I'd hate if I hadn't. when I lost it with my partner at the same time. So we kind of, you kind of get.
You both learning at the same time,
You're
weren't
both
you?
shit, but you're building it up.
Yeah, and you're still both shit.
Well, I am. Yes, I am.
But yeah, no, I think
I'm no good at the dance with no pants.
it'd be weird, and like if you hadn't done it. I don't know how people used to do it. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I'd find it very difficult. Very difficult. I think that's a good thing though. Like I do sometimes think if I was going to go out with girls down the line, I would always find it hard if they had slept with a lot of people. So I don't know if I would mind waiting. And when you get married, you pork them.
But I don't know how you can say I
You don't
love
know,
you
do you?
without experiencing them. I'd say it's a big part of it.
Do you
Seeing your
feel?
bodies interconnect. Like,
It was very.
what would you spend the most money on if you were getting married? Would you spend the most money on the honeymoon or the wedding?
How big's the wedding? Are we
Well,
talking?
that's what I'm saying. You get to pick whether you have a big wedding and a cheapish honeymoon, or you
I
have a
would
small
want to
wedding.
elope. So
What
I'd
does
have a
that mean?
small wedding and lovely honeymoon. So you literally you and your partner and a person. There's not loads of people.
Okay. Yeah, and then a massive honeymoon.
What about you?
Yeah, I'd be all about the honeymoon. Like, I'd probably have 100 or so people at the wedding, but I've
Just 100 or so.
popular
Do you
man,
even
mate.
know 100 people?
I can
Do you
count
have
them
that
on
many
both of my
Facebook friends?
hands. Yeah. Uh, but no, I think I'd definitely spend all the money on a honeymoon. Like, just you do something really cool. Like, you'd go somewhere like Bali or Thailand or something and just chill out
Wonders
there
of the
for a
world.
couple of weeks. I don't know whether I'd do a traveling one. Depends who you're with, doesn't it? But yeah, I think it'd just be so cool to make memories with that person straight away afterwards.
Moving away from all the romantic stuff, then I feel like we've exhausted that. How do
Oh
you
god, yeah.
feel about how schools are working at the minute? How do you feel school system is?
What do you mean, like homeschooling?
Yeah,
I think it's really hard. Like, it's got to be really hard for the teachers.
nightmare. I've been doing stuff with my two brothers who are both 4 years old, and it's constant, mate. They're doing more work at home than they were at school.
I would hate to do a Zoom with a bunch of 4-year-olds. Like,
Oh,
they'd
it's
just be they'd be getting so distracted. Like, I saw this thing
crazy.
on Twitter the other day, and it was like it was just a picture of a Zoom class of a bunch of 4-year-olds, and everyone just kept asking the teacher whether he had a cat or like, oh, look at this in my room and everything like that, and it's getting distracting everyone. It's just like a big show and tell, and it was awful. It does
My
not go
little
well.
brother gave up today. They were doing because they have like their morning assembly where they all meet on Zoom, and he
Yeah.
literally just went, "I'm done." Literally walked off, picked up his iPad, and went and did other stuff. You couldn't get him because everyone like the screens on. It's like, fair enough, he's figured it out.
Yeah. Oh, what? So did the people actually hear him leave or not?
Yeah, I think so. It's very hard with because one of them is quite autistic, so
Yeah.
the learning's even harder than it would have been because
Oh,
you don't have
definitely.
the support that they'd have at school. It's crazy.
It's tough, isn't it? It's hard. But at least they've got their PE with Joe. Are they enjoying that? Are they
One of
still
them
doing that,
does.
or is that just a lockdown one thing?
One of them likes it. The other one, the autistic one, cannot stand it. He does not like the old exercise.
No.
No, he'd much rather play games.
What games is a 4-year-old playing?
He loves a bit of Minecraft.
Minecraft at 4, really?
Yeah, on his iPad and stuff. Mate,
You should get him to watch Big Star 1, 2, 3 then.
our friend,
Yeah.
victim.
No.
Sorry. But would you change anything? So on your days at school, would you have changed anything?
Uh, I wouldn't have punched this kid in the face in year 5.
No way have you ever punched anyone.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, I know. It sounds awful, doesn't it? But like, he punched me first in the belly, and I punched him in the nose. And the thing, you know how weak I am, but it actually like made his nose bleed, and I was a right scaredy cat of like teachers and stuff, and I was crying I was crying more than him because I was worried I was going to get in massive trouble and get the police involved and stuff. I was freaking it. I probably wouldn't do in year 4 or year 3, I think it was. We used to run around pretending we owned a taxi company with hula hoops. That was weird. He used to call it Maxie's Taxis. He used to go around in a hula hoop, just grab random people in it and say, "Where do you want to go?" And I'd just pretend to
So
drive
you're
them
more of a
there.
kidnapper.
Literally, I even got the dinner ladies sometimes, mate. Even got the
It's more
dinner
like a
ladies.
windowless white van than a taxi.
God, yeah. It
Did
was
it have a tear-stained mattress in the back with a pack of rebels to get the kids in?
oh, 100%. Yeah, mate, played nice songs from the ice cream truck as well. But yeah,
Come see me, children.
that was a weird thing I used to do at school. That was really weird. Uh, what other weird things? Did you do any weird things at school?
I remember closing my eyes and running full pelt into the wall to get the day off.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got the day off. I got quite a few days off because I was cursed and I had this massive lump on my head. It all cut down, and yeah,
nice. Bit
yeah,
dangerous.
I got
I
a few
remember.
days off.
Right. So one time I was playing out with my friends. I'm guessing you used to play out, didn't you?
No, I didn't have friends.
No, sorry. Sorry, it's
Don't
just
rub
a
it in.
reminder. But yeah, there was this one time I went down a local play park. Uh, I think I just started year 7, and I was biking everywhere because it's the cool thing to do then. It was the easiest way to get around town. I biked there.
You know I
I
didn't play out because you've seen me ride a bike. Not pretty.
I got off, put my bike against the water tower, and there was this dead pigeon. And
Hmm.
what my mate did, mate loosely, um, he picked up a dead pigeon and threw it at my wheel, which just sounds horrible, but it literally, his head got stuck in the wheel, and it just kept every time I pushed the wheel. I didn't want to touch the pigeon. It, I
You kept the dead
decapitated,
pigeon in it.
I decapitated a pigeon with my bike
Oh.
wheel. It was awful, and I didn't want to ride the bike because I didn't want to go too fast. So I just walked. I only lived like 10 minutes away. I just walked home, and I was in tears. And I just was walking home with my bike, pushing it along with a pigeon head in the wheel. And and I
Mummy.
remember these 2 girls in the year above walked past because they were going to meet the rest of the group, and they just saw me crying, and they saw the pigeon in the wheel, and then it was like, "What have you done, Max? What have you done?" I was like, I just burst into even more tears. It was awful.
I've been for a hunt.
Oh God, you know how they got it out? My dad squirted it with a hose.
That is so something your dad would do as well.
He didn't want to touch
Oh,
it either.
that is awful. Oh my gosh. It's horrific. That is horrendous. Oh,
But
I
we
can't believe you only had one fight at school.
at primary school, yeah. But I,
Mate,
didn't you had a story about playing out once, didn't you? Didn't your
I
mate get
played
run
out a
over?
few times. Yeah, my mate got run over as I'm playing out.
Go, what happened there?
We were literally like riding our bikes. We had this block, and he lived probably 2, 3 doors down. We just riding a bike around the blocks. Weren't allowed far away from the house, so you could almost be seen the whole time. Going around, and his neighbours had just moved in like a day or two before. Neighbours, yeah,
Yeah,
their parents are coming to visit. His neighbours' parents are coming around the corner. He's riding on the road a little bit dangerously, rebel he was, and the parents of his neighbours had just come in, not met them yet, hit him. Oh my God, did that leave tension between their neighbouring households? Because they wouldn't say it was their fault, and the kid wouldn't say it was his fault. He got hit, and I feel like I did the wrong thing now I think about it. I just left him and went home.
What? As in you left him in the middle of the road?
Yeah, I went home. Thought this is a bit much. I went home. Told
Did
Mum.
you?
She was like,
Yeah.
"Why have you left this?" She went out. So that was like, well, I didn't get hit. I'm not going to waste my day.
Yeah, exactly. Go and play in the garden instead. Get on the trampoline.
Yeah.
You literally left the kid fighting for his life.
He wasn't
And
fighting for his life. He was slightly damaged.
slightly damaged. But did you literally tell your mum like straight away, or did she say, "Oh, what's all the commotion outside, Ollie? What's happened?" You're like, "Oh,
I was like, "Oh, he's been hit by a car."
yeah, literally." God,
And she was like,
nightmare.
"Yeah." I was like, "I can't believe you didn't get it. I just can't get over no fights at school. One fight.
Yeah, one fight
School.
at primary school, one fight at secondary school.
Oh, secondary school. Come on.
I mentioned that in the last podcast. I don't need to go over that again.
Oh, you
When I
might
dislocated that guy's shoulder.
play the football.
Yeah, I'd call that a fight. Like,
I
obviously, we had a load of fights in rugby, but they don't count as fights because it happened in sport.
I remember the best one, the best story of a fight I had was this in the lunch queue at this school, but it kind of went out. It was this. It's quite a hoity-toity private school, but it was very
A what?
hoity-toity. You know, everyone was minted and everything.
I've never heard
Not
that term
myself,
before.
not myself, but so they were all very much. So it's like you'd think all the money you're paying for this school, the grounds would be good, but the grounds are huge, but the whole place was like falling apart. So you had this lunch, remember like containers almost. They had the lunch outside. So anyway, queuing up to go inside to get your lunch. This lad starts fucking. I'm like year 11 at this point, so 16 probably. He starts
Yeah, top
whipping this
dog.
grass. He's whipping this grass on the back of my neck. And I'm like, turn around. Do you mind, mate? What are you doing? He's like, oh, sorry, no problem. So, mind my own business, carry on. He's done it again. I said, I just asked you to stop. Can you stop, please? He's like, yeah, I'll stop. A minute goes by, does it again, thinking, I just turn around and go, what the fuck's your problem? Can you stop? I turn around, like, I'm probably a bit pissed now, like, that's where, just punched me in the stomach. I'm like, all right, I'm kind of computing it. It's not registered, it's it. I've bolted off. I've grabbed him. I am kicking the shit out of this lad. I'm not letting this guy hit me. He's fucking bleeding, all this. And I'd say I was not a nice person.
No,
He's
it
on the
doesn't sound
floor.
like it.
I've got on the floor. I'm now just completely kicking the shit out of him. I've lost my shit here. You know, you've seen the red mist. Have you ever seen the red mist? Where you just can't
No.
stop?
And this has all happened over a bit of grass.
This is it happened over a bit of grass. The teacher has walked by. He's watched the whole incident from start to finish. He's literally watching me get there. He's walking over. He's not pulling me off this lad. He's just stood there and said, like, stop it. So I've stopped. I've left it. This lad's getting up. He's like, fucking, he's winded. He's all sorts, he's bleeding. He said, lads, it's the last day of term. I don't want to have to put this in the books and report it and suspend you and all of this. Or tell your parents. Should we shake hands and ignore it? And I'm thinking, oh my gosh,
Yes.
I just hit the lottery. Please, please, shake my hand. Let's get this done.
Yeah.
We
Did
don't
he
have to go
shake
to the
your
head
hand?
teacher or anything. I shook his hand. I've won the fight. I've not been touched.
Apart from
And
the
then
bit of
that's
grass.
just over a big ass. But we'll get away with nothing was just outstanding.
Yeah, you did well there. They looked after you. It seems like they looked after you.
I had my demons.
So did you enjoy school or not?
No, hated it. I hated school
Hated it.
start to finish.
Yeah. I really enjoyed my school. It was good fun.
Because you were a bully.
I wasn't a bully. I was just I was a kid that wasn't part of the popular group, but I got on with everyone in it and everyone pretty much. I was lovable. I was a lovable child.
Lovable. Lovable Max, they call you.
I'll tell you what, I was in top set for most things, top or second set, apart from design technology. So in year 7, at the start of year 7, we had to make these little wooden cars and we had to push them to see how it did it. And what we did is we built these cars and my mate like we smashed each other's, like we stood on each other's for a joke, and then we both got put in bottom set, and we were in there with all these uh, people that could barely read and write, and what we had to do for food tech, we spent a whole term on this. We made sandwiches. We learned how to make sandwiches in food tech for a whole.
You weren't trusted with the
term.
knife for butter though.
Oh no, the group we were in was ridiculous. It was, and the worst thing was, the other guys actually. I know it's bad. Like obviously they've got special needs and stuff, but they struggled to make the sandwiches. Bless them. And I was dead, done it in 2 minutes, and it was just very frustrating. So we did that for a term. The next term, we were out of the food tech lab. We were on the computers. We had to design sandwich packaging. We literally spent a whole term drawing a triangle box that you can show off your sandwich in. And then
Are you Max or are you Jamie Oliver?
exactly. Like it was absolutely ridiculous.
You turned that school into your own pret-a-manger.
I tell you what, I love to design technology because we could just piss around so much because we're in the bottom set. None of us were doing it for GCSE. And it was just so fun. But yeah, imagine that. Oh yeah, that's probably why I can't cook very much now, because all I did at school was make fucking sandwiches.
They were like ham sandwiches as well. Boom.
Literally.
I
Yeah. Go
I
on.
did. I was a bottom grouper for quite a few bits. I was top group for a few bits and bottom group for a few bits. There's no middle ground.
Yeah.
But then there was about 5 people in my classes.
That's another time in food tech where this lad got threatened with a knife. Like, yeah, I know we were actually allowed knives probably to cut off the crusts.
Butter knives.
Like that. Yeah. Oh no, these knives always got kept in the cupboard, and they always had a green handle. These knives, and one of them was just chatting so much shit. Let's call them Adam and Matthew. So this Adam lad was chatting so much shit to this Matthew, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna f your mum" and stuff like that, and calling him a twat and things, and it was hilarious.
Please don't pull a knife on me if that's all it takes.
Exactly. And Matthew was cutting his crust off his sandwich most probably, and he just turned around to Adam and he pointed his knife at him, and it's like, "Don't you fucking say that to me!" And like everyone turned around, was like, "Ooh, this is exciting." I wouldn't have called it threatening someone with a knife, even though he pointed a knife at him and he spoke to him loudly. I would not have thought he would have stabbed him then. It just so happened there was a knife in his hand. But I had to write a statement, and you know what it's like when it's statements. You over exaggerate, don't you? I was like,
He cut his
children were
artery.
crying, blood everywhere. Like, oh my god.
I thought I was watching Sweeney Todd in person.
Yeah, and due to my statement, he literally got expelled from permanently. I exaggerated so much.
So
It was literally just shut up. Pretty much shut the fuck up, you twat. And I just exaggerated it. And everyone who asked me about it, my story just got more and more lies every time. I made it more and more exciting.
it's like that goal at football, isn't it? It starts off as a tap in and then it turns into beats a man to put it in. Then it's a screamer from the edge of the box. All of a sudden, it's a kickoff goal. Then he's the goal centre back.
Yeah.
It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Literally. I don't know where this guy is now. We'll call him Matthew still. His name's
Well, yeah,
actually
it'd be
Matthew.
confusing if we changed the name.
Yeah. I don't know where Matthew is now. Hopefully he managed to get into another school. Really?
No, he got into juvie, thanks to you. He's in the prison system.
I just hope forgive and forget, hopefully.
Till he comes with you at that knife. With that knife, when he comes to you, I'll be at you.
With that green-handled knife.
I'll be at your funeral. You know, I'll show up. I'll read the eulogy. I'll say, Max was a good person, but let's be honest, he had it coming to him. Ever since he'd done that story, it was only a matter of time. We were just all waiting. Matthew was always going to get you. That is shocking.
She did threaten him with a knife, I guess. Okay, so let's get away from school because I don't want to use up all my stories in one podcast. I've got a few more that I can share with you another day, Ollie, don't worry. But yeah.
Thank God.
I know what you do in the mornings because usually we have a chat, we go for our social distance walk, and we, go from there, eat our samosa.
Mm.
But what do you do in the afternoons? Do you like watch TV or anything? Or
Yeah, I watch a bit of TV. I read a few comics, but I have got into a bad trend recently.
oh yeah, what's that?
Well, since I've had a few weeks not feeling very well. I've not been running or doing any of my exercises. I'm trying to get my body back to where it was. So I've spent the time, a lot of it in bed because I've not felt particularly well. I've not been
Yeah,
very well. So it turns out I've taken to napping, and I
napping.
love it. I don't think I'm ever going to exercise again or do anything ever again. I'm going to stay poorly, and I'm just going to nap.
So what is a nap to you? What, 20 minutes under the sheets, just chilling out, lights off?
You know what a nap is to me.
How long?
I'd say 3-4 hours.
Three. That's more than I get pure sleep a night. You're napping more than I sleep a night, man. That's
I do have a
crazy.
full night's sleep as well.
I was gonna say, do
I
you
it,
actually manage to sleep after a nap?
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I like a nap. I think there's a reason babies do it. There's a reason babies do it.
And the Spanish,
And Spanish. A little siesta
a little
for all our
siesta.
international viewers.
All of that.
Me,
Yeah.
me comprende.
So you're literally having a siesta. And the thing is, you don't work hard until 8 o'clock when we record this podcast. That's the only bit of work you do at the minute because you're ill, bless you.
No, I've been doing educational work.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about
I've
that.
done
Yeah, no,
that. I've filmed this podcast, but because I've been ill recently, I've not done my day
you've had a
job.
bit of time off work, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I've taken some time. I'm not obviously running or doing any of my sports or anything, staying fit. So it almost just fills the time.
I'll tell you what I did today. I went for a walk. You know, we had our walk earlier. I went for another walk
Yeah,
this afternoon. And I live next to these rowing
to use
lakes.
that sensitive feel.
What are you on about? But yeah,
Your red
we'll
packet of condoms is what I'm on about.
not use them on a walk. It's too cold.
But you did use it to pork.
Wow. But yeah, anyway, we were walking along the edge of this rowing lake, and we were like,
Porking along it. Just
there
each
was a
thrust just a little bit closer to the end.
oh god, yeah. And we were walking along, and there was a few puddles in front of us, and we're like, oh, they look shallow. They look
Not
shallow.
just
It'll
because
be
she was
fine.
that wet.
Oh god, yeah. And there was this like mum and a like 4-year-old in front of us, and they got to the puddle. They debated it, and they turned around, and I said to him jokingly, "Oh, not risking it, then. Don't want to get your feet wet." And they're like, "No, no, no, too deep, too deep." And me and the person I was with, we carried on walking. We got halfway through the puddle, and it was our whole socks were underwater. We were practically walking through the river. And we turned around, and the mum and the
Too deep,
daughter
too
were
deep.
just laughing at us. So we're like, "Yeah, you're all right. Too deep." And the thing was, we were just squelching all the way back to my house. And I put the socks straight on the radiator and everything. It was ridiculous. It was a great start to a date, mate, I tell you. And that's a new meaning to getting them wet, isn't it?
What's your go-to date? Tell me.
At the minute,
What's your out of Corona and during Corona? What's the difference between your dates?
uh, depends how I know them, really. Like, if I know them if I know them quite well first, I'll probably
Well, if
say
they know
it's
you quite well, they're not going on a date with you, are they? Let's be honest.
fair play. But like, I'm quite lucky.
No, it's called foreplay.
I live 30 seconds away from one of the nicest outdoor pubs in Peterborough. So literally, I just take them there, and we just sit there and look at the boat and lake, having a few Estradas, bit of food, and then
Straighter.
yeah, and then I just get to walk back to mine afterwards, which is great. I don't even have to think about drink driving. You just walk straight back home, which is perfect. And then in
Well,
Corona,
sometimes you have to drive if you can't walk.
you are right. But that's the thing, like, if you're riding a bike pissed, is that drink driving?
I think it should count as it, but I'm not sure on the rules.
I think
If you're on the roads,
I would definitely say if you're like you know when you go to Weatherspoons and you see the old man on a mobility scooter, if he drove home
drinking his
on that,
Guinness at 10 in the morning.
yeah, if he's there all day sipping away on his Guinnesses with no food in the system, and he drives home, I would say that's drink driving. Would you?
Yeah, probably.
I'd say that's dangerous. I saw a video the other day of this man walking out of a bank, and this old guy in a mobility scooter runs him over. And, like all these people around him try and get him to reverse, and he just carries on going forwards over the top of him. That was quite good. But yeah, what about you? What's your go-to date? I guess it's only you haven't really been on too many, have you? Because it's all been during COVID. But
Well, I've only
what?
ever had the one partner, so
Yeah, but like, what did you do on the first one?
we went for a nice walk. You know, I would do that anyway, I think, because I'm quite a adventurous person.
You're an outdoors person, are you? You
I'm
just
an
want to show off your
outdoorsy
new
person.
fucking coat.
Enough about the coat. You love it. Everyone loves the coat.
I don't think Instagram does.
That's harsh. I didn't post at peak times, and it's still done okay.
It's done okay. It's done okay. But I loved it when we were walking under the trees, and obviously it'd been raining overnight. So it's like the wind was blowing the rain onto us, and you were just like, literally, we're like 5 minutes in, only 5 minutes away from your house, and you're like, I'm gonna have to ring mum to pick us up because I'm not running home in this rain. Like we're walking under a tree, and we got out the other side of the tree, and it was dry as. That's hilarious. You were going to give up that quickly to not get your coat wet and get your mum to pick you up. I thought that was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? I had some bad news today. Not told you, have I? Stay on pod. Got a package from Amazon come today. Never had any issues with Amazon. Always perfect. Came damaged. I'm gonna have to send it back. I've never
Fair enough.
sent a thing back in my whole entire life.
Can you say what it was, or is it too rude?
It was the Super Milker 3000. No, it was a Wonder Woman comic. It wasn't anything.
Okay. How did it come damaged then?
It like had so I bought it like brand new. The whole thing was like bent. All the corners
Oh,
of
really?
like the whole thing was bent. Had stains on it and all sorts. It's like it was obviously I don't know what had happened. Brand new and it's come like that.
Like
So
someone's been using it for the wrong reasons.
it does. But then I found the same one today. It went on sale for like really, really cheap. So I thought, fuck it, I'll buy it and I'll send this one back and make £6.
Nice. So good
Right.
entrepreneurship.
So
That
I've
is
made money off it, so it's okay. But the pain and it's caused me emotionally, I don't know if it's worth it.
Did you still read it?
Not yet. I'm gonna send it
Because
back,
if
but I'll
you'd
get
have
the
if
new.
you'd have if you'd have read it and sent it back, surely then you don't need the new one.
I do have it in the collection.
Oh, you collect them, do you? Fair play. Oh, actually, I know you collect them. I don't know why I said that as a question. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But I was very upset. Never had the only other issue I had was with a circular saw once. I needed one for a quick job, and mine was like not really doing it anymore. I thought I'd just get a quick mate do one until I spend the
Yeah.
money and get a good one again for the business, and it blew up.
Oh yeah, didn't the literal wire like set alight or something?
Yeah, the whole thing blew up. Like you can see within the first cuts, I'm thinking I'll test this out before I use it on any of the actual pieces I'm selling or anything. So
Yeah.
come through this thing. You see it like start sparking out, thinking this isn't right. This isn't right. Stop. Go back in. Just goes, just literally blows the side out of it. It's like always on fire. The fucking cable's got all like sparking all over. I was like, I shut the flipping thing. I was like, no, get away from that.
That's mental, man. That is
That was,
mental.
yeah.
I'll tell you what my sister did once. She's a little we call her fire starter. In year 8 at school, she made like a candle holder and she brought it home. We literally only just had the kitchen refitted, and she put it on the breakfast bar. She put a bit of kitchen roll underneath it just to keep it so like no wax went onto the table. And what happened was, I don't think she built it strong enough, because the candle fell off and set the kitchen roll alight, and literally nearly set the whole table alight. It was ridiculous. That was the first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast forward a year later, you know what she tries to make? Pineapple
Another
fritters.
A what?
Pineapple fritters, like the things you get from the Chinese. It's like deep fat fried pineapple, I think. So she's got
Oh yeah, 'cause
so
that sounds
much.
amazing.
She loves them. I've never tried one, but she absolutely loves them. I'm not sure. I don't think she's had them recently though. But yeah, she so much
Set them
oil in
on
a
fire.
pan.
That's why, mate.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so much oil in a pan, and Dad wasn't home. It was just me and Mum and her, and she was giving it a go in the kitchen, and then she's just like, "Mum, can you come here, please?" And we were watching like Four in a Bed or something, which is one of our favorite programs to watch with each other.
That's so English.
And literally, she's like, "Mum, can you come here, please?" It's like, "Why?" It's like, "There's a fire." It's like, "What?" And then me, my mum, and Sophie were just standing in the kitchen, just staring at it. And it was like proper getting out of control. It was like going all the way up to the heat extractor, that thing above it. And then my dad just drove in the drive and saw it through the window. My dad's got bad knees. He can't run. He ran. He sprinted in the house.
He
got a
waddled.
tea.
He
got a
waddled
tea
at
towel.
pace.
And he was like, "Why the fuck are you not doing anything? Why are you just letting the house burn down?" Got a wet tea towel, put it directly on top of it. Got another tea towel, just kept putting him on top of it all the time. And yeah, he saved the day. And now Sophie is not I guess she's trusted again now, but she's definitely a fire starter, and she will never live it down. We're not having a candle holder from her.
Never.
She's not even allowed candles in her room at home because Mum's worried that she'll just leave one lit or something. She's 25 years old. She's not having a candle
She just
at
thinks she
home.
constantly walks around with petrol.
Literally, we've got to keep up. It's just the fact she said to Mum, "Can you come here, please?" It's not like there's a fire. She's like, "Can you come here, please?" So like
When you got a
quietly.
minute.
Yeah, no rush. You just get to the ad break first, find out what score they've got in Four in a Bed, and then come and talk to us. Yeah,
He thinks every night's bonfire night.
literally. But
The
yeah,
real life Guy Fawkes.
she is. She bloody is. But yeah, I think. You got anything else to say, or should we leave it on that note tonight?
I think we'll wrap it up. I think it's been a good pod. Keep
I think
podding
this one's going
along.
to set the world alight, or just our
Yeah.
kitchen.
If not, Sophie will.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah,
All right.
sweet.
Keep
I'll talk
podding
to you
along.
tomorrow, man.
See you for episode 6.
Cheers for
See you,
listening.
Max.